Hi, welcome once again to the online lecture of analytical chemistry. In last lecture, we have learned about the determination of the uh, dissolved oxygen of water, that is hardness of water, types of hardness, permanent hardness, temporary hardness, and their determination. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about the determination of chemical parameters such as chemical oxygen demand and biochemical oxygen demand. So let's start with the chemical oxygen demand. What is chemical oxygen demand? The number of milligrams of oxygen per liter of water consumed in terms of strong oxidant K2Cr2O7 by the oxidizable organic compounds present in water is called as chemical oxygen demand or COD of water. What is the chemical oxygen demand? The milligrams of oxygen per liter of water consumed in terms of strong oxidant K2Cr2O7 by the oxidizable organic compounds present in the water is called as a chemical oxygen demand, or in short it is known as a COD of water. It is measure of the organic load of waste. Means what? With the help of this we can determine the how much organic matter present in the water. So the significance: most of the organic matter, oxidizable organic compound, is completely oxidized by a boiling mixture of the chromic and sulfuric acid to produce CO2 and H2O and NH3. All organic matter, oxidizable organic compounds, undergoes oxidation when it is boiled with the strong oxidizing agent, that is K2Cr2O7 in H2SO4 in presence of Ag2SO4 and HgSO4 catalyst. So the reaction is what? 3CH2O, that is oxidizable organic compound, plus 16H, that is hydrogen H plus 2K2Cr2O7 oxidant, that is potassium dichromate, gives 4Cr plus 3 plus 3CO2 plus 11H2O plus 4K. What is this? The amount of K2Cr2O7 of the consumed for oxidation is directly proportional to the amount of total organic matter. So whatever the organic compound is there, so that amount of K2Cr2O7 is required for the oxidation of this organic matter. So present in water, higher the amount of organic matter present in water, higher will be the milligrams of K2Cr2O7 consumed for the oxidation. The milligrams of oxygen consumed by the water, and consequently higher will be the chemical oxygen demand of water. So how is amount of K2Cr2O7 required for the oxidation of water is directly proportional to the amount of that organic matter present in the given water as well as the chemical oxygen demand of water. So COD milligrams per liter of oxidant of K2Cr2O7 consumed, that is plus amount of oxidizable organic compounds matter in water plus degree of pollution due to the organic matter, so oxidizable organic compounds. Therefore, by determining COD, the amount of total organic matter present in the water can be determined, and hence the degree of pollution of water due to the organic matter or oxidizable organic compound can be assessed. So how to assess the degree of pollution due to the presence of organic matter is done with the help of knowing the COD of this water. So COD is a measure of degree of pollution of water due to the oxidizable organic compound in water. So what is the principle for the determination of COD of water? Determination of COD of water involves the treating a definite measure of the quantity of water sample containing oxidizable organic compounds with matter with known volume of standard K2Cr2O7 in excess in presence of strong H2SO4 and Ag2SO4 as well as HgSO4 crystals. The whole mixture is reflexed for 2 to 3 hours. After reflexation, the excess K2Cr2O7 is left unreacted, is back titrated against a standard solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate using ferroin as an indicator. A blank experiment without using water sample is carried out but using some volume, some amount of K2Cr2O7, AgSO4 and JSO4, and titrate the standard K2Cr2O7 against the standard ferrous ammonium sulfate using ferroin as an indicator. Only what the water sample is not taken in the blank experiment. So the difference between main burette reading and blank burette reading of the ferrous ammonium sulfate corresponds to the amount of oxidizable organic compound. So organic matter present in water is calculated with the help of this. And then what is the method? A known aliquot of sample of water is taken in COD bottle, that is RB flask. Add a known volume of standard 0.25 normal K2Cr2O7 in excess. Then add sufficient concentrated H2SO4, sufficient solid Ag2SO4, sufficient HgSO4, and 1 gram each. Reflux the content of the flask for 2-3 hours. Then cool the contents and dilute it to the definite volume in standard flask. An aliquot of the diluted solution containing excess of K2Cr2O7 left unreacted is back titrated against the ferroin as an indicator. Let Br of FAS, that is ferric ammonium sulfate, be AML. Run a blank experiment without water sample but using a same quantity of reagent. Let Br of FAS the BML. Finally, from the difference in between a two burette reading blank and sample, main titration B minus A, the amount of COD in water is calculated with the help of formula. COD in milligram per liter of K2Cr2O7 consumed is equal to B minus A into normality of FAS into 1000 into M divided by volume of water. So B minus A into conversion factor divided by ml of water is the milligram per liter, is nothing but COD of the given water. So what is the method for the determination of COD? Simply, what known aliquot of the sample of water means some portion, that's known quantity. Aliquot means known quantity of the water taken in COD bottle and that is or in the RB flask. Add a known volume of the standard 0.25 normal K2Cr2O in excess, K2Cr2O7 in excess. Then add sufficient concentrated H2SO4, sufficient solid Ag2SO4 and HgSO4, that is 1 gram each. Then after reflection of the contents of the flask for 2 to 3 hours, cool the content and dilute it to definite volume in standard flask. An aliquot, there is some portion of the dilute solution containing excess of K2Cr2O7 left unreacted is back titrated against a ferroin indicator against the FAS, ferric ammonium sulfate. That's the burette reading of FAS, ferric ammonium sulfate, be AML. Similarly, run a blank experiment without water sample but using same quantities of the reagent, that is K2Cr2O7, Ag2SO4 and JSO4, H2SO4. After titration, we will get the reading, that is BML. Finally, from the difference in two burette readings, blank and main, B minus A, the amount of COD in water is calculated as follows. The COD in bracket milligram per ml of K2Cr2O7 consumed is equal to in bracket B minus A into normality of FAS into 1000 into molarity of FAS divided by volume of water. So B minus A into conversion factor divided by ml of water into, there is what, milligram per liter. With the help of this formula, we can able to calculate the COD of the given water sample. It's nothing but what, the simple determination of the pollution of water is due to the dissolved organic matter. So Next one is the biochemical oxygen demand, determination of chemical parameter, that is biochemical oxygen demand. The number of milligrams of dissolved oxygen DO per liter of water required for oxidation of organic matter by bacteria or microorganism under the aerobic condition at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days is known as the biochemical oxygen demand. What is the difference between chemical oxygen demand and biochemical oxygen demand? Similar is there, but only in place of K2CR2O7 we are using the bacteria, a microorganism under aerobic condition. So the number of milligrams of dissolved oxygen DO per liter of the water required for oxidation of organic matter by bacteria oblique microorganism under the aerobic condition at about 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days. The number of milligrams of dissolved oxygen per liter of water required by microorganism aerobic bacteria for the oxidation of biologically degradable organic matter present in the water under aerobic condition at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days is known as biochemical oxygen demand. So the amount of that the number of milligrams of dissolved oxygen per liter of the water required by milligrams of required by the microorganism aerobic bacteria for the oxidation of biologically degradable organic matter present in the water under aerobic condition at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days. It is measure of degree of pollution due to the biodegradable organic matter. So the significance: under the aerobic condition, the organic matter in water undergoes biological degradation, that is oxidation, in presence of sufficient dissolved oxygen due to the aerobic bacteria or oblique microorganism in water as follows. What happened? This CH2 is the organic matter, degradable organic matter, plus O2 in presence of microorganism, which will give CO2 plus H2. During the biological or biochemical degradation or oxidation of organic matter, certain amount of dissolved oxygen is consumed by the microorganism aerobic bacteria. The amount of dissolved oxygen consumed depend upon the amount of biodegradable organic matter present in the water. Higher is the amount of biodegradable organic matter present in the water, higher will be the dissolved oxygen consumed, and consequently higher will be the BOD. Therefore, higher is the amount of biodegradable organic matter in the water, higher will be the degree of pollution, and higher will be the BOD. So hence BOD is directly proportional to the amount of biodegradable organic matter, which is directly proportional to degree of pollution due to the biodegradable organic matter. Therefore, by determining BOD, the amount of biodegradable organic matter in water is determined, and hence the degree of pollution of water due to the biodegradable organic matter can be assessed. This is the significance. So with the help of this BOD, we can able to know how much water pollution is there due to the biodegradable organic matter. So the measurement of BOD of water involves the determination of DO of water sample for 2 times. One before incubation of water sample at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days, and other after incubation of same water sample at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days under aerobic condition. Determination of DO before incubation: a definite quantity of volume of water is taken in a BOD bottle. After suitable dilution, adjust pH of the sample to neutrality. Determine the DO content of the water by Winkler's method, that is add minimum volume of concentrated MnSO4 and alkaline iodide solution. Allow to stand. Add minimum volume of concentrated H2SO4 and titrate the liberated iodine against standard 0.025 normal in H2O3 using starch indicator The conversion factor 1 milligram is equal to 0.02 into 5 normal of Na2S2 SO3 is equal to 1 milligram of DO. The amount of DO per milligram per liter before incubation is equal to Br of Na2S2O3 into Cl. Incubation of water sample for BOD. A sample of the same definite quantity volume of same water sample after similar dilution as that for the above is taken. Adjust the pH of the sample to neutrality. Incubate the sample at 20 degree for 5 days under aerobic condition. Determination of DO after incubation. After the incubation of the water sample at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days under aerobic condition, determine the DO content for the second time by Winkler method as above. Amount of DO after incubation at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days is equal to burette reading of Na2S2O3 into conversion factor. Calculation of BOD. After determination of the DO of water before and after incubation at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days, the BOD of water sample is calculated as follows. BOD of water milligrams per liter of DO consumed is equal to DO before incubation minus DO after incubation into dilution factor. The BOD, another formula is there, BOD milligram per liter is equal to milligram per liter of DO before incubation minus milligrams per liter of DO after incubation into dilution factor. So in this way, this topic, that is COD and BOD, is completed. If you have any queries regarding these topics, please comment your question in the YouTube comment box. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.